Bitcoin has finally defeated the final boss, this major downward sloping trendline that began in November at 69K that spanned for months all the way down into where we are today. We have actually broken out above it finally. This could be signaling a major macro trend shift. What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Kevin Svenson, and today we have a really green day across the markets. Pretty unbelievable pumps going on just about everywhere. Before we get started, definitely smash the like button and subscribe to the channel if you're new. So as I just stated, the downtrend has been broken. This blue 21-day EMA moving average has also been very instrumental in this downtrend. We use it as resistance many times on the way down for months. And today we have finally gotten above it. So if we close the daily above the downward sloping trend line and this blue 21-day EMA, that is going to be confirmation of a breakout. Another very key thing here that I'm looking at that is also going to be part of the confirmation of a breakout, even though it's of course looking very likely right now, is this downward sloping volume trend on the daily, right? That is, basically signaling a consolidation, and getting a breakout above this downward sloping trend line for daily volume, getting that volume signature out and above this. That's going to be the final confirmation that we need. That's like a volume confirmation, which is very important. And we're actually starting to get it right now. If you're looking pretty closely here, we can see that we are actually starting to get a breakout of this downward sloping volume trend. So we are actually getting a breakout, and that is a really good signal. And we still have about 6.5 hours as I'm making this video for this daily candle to close. So we have 6 hours to get this volume bar as high as possible, essentially. So we are actually breaking out above this volume trend. We are breaking out above the downward sloping trend line. We're breaking out above the 21-day EMA. All very, very bullish stuff, very bullish things, right? This is a possible macro trend shift back to the upside. Of course, it's not confirmed yet. One thing that my friend on Twitter, TechDev, said, these are the things that he's watching out for. He said a close above the 20 EMA and hold it as support. We were just talking about the 21, same thing. Close the daily above 42.5K and flip super trend indicator green. Flip the weekly Heikin-Ashi green and flip the 50-week MA to support currently at 48K. So if we're looking at some of these images, he's talking about, well, this is the super trend indicator right here. And then the weekly Heikin-Ashi, this is actually going to be very key. If we do flip this green, the weekly Heikin-Ashi, that would make me extremely confident in a multi-month uptrend, actually. And then here's the 50-week EMA that he's talking about. That's more of a macro trend signal. So those are all very important key things to look out for. Also, we got this tweet from Philip Swift, the creator of the Pi Cycle Top indicator. He was talking about the fear and greed index and how, even though we're at these levels for the fear and greed index, sometimes it can still go lower. But what he's observing here is that when the fear and greed index are at these extreme levels for 3 weeks or more than 3 weeks, it's usually the bottom. And that happened in 2018, happened in 2020, and it's happening now possibly, right, with this breakout. And needless to say, a post from On-Chain College here showing the short liquidations, coming up to some unbelievable levels right now, and it's getting even higher. This was posted at 39.5, and it's definitely going to be increasing from here. And something else I wanted to look at is the PUL multiple showing the profitability of miners historically. And we're currently sitting at this level right here, which is about a 0.84. And if you're looking back in history, the 0.84 level did act as major supports or breakdown zones, this area right here, historically. So we're at a point on the PUL multiple that does suggest that this could be acting as a pretty strong support level. Miners are currently below profitable territory, right? When it's at a 1, currently it's a 0.84. When it's at a 1, that's neutral. So there's not really much incentive for miners to be dumping right now. So they'll probably wait for a better deal on the price. So PUL multiple is suggesting possible moves back up. Also, this post from chainexposed.com looking at the addresses of 10,000 Bitcoin or more, the humpback whales. Now this is not totally updated, but just the other day we started to see a major breakout in the Bitcoin whales with 10,000 Bitcoin or more. Major pumpage for, or major accumulation happening from these major whales. Now the last thing I want to mention here is that Bitcoin is technically still below water. Even though we're breaking this downtrend, we really need to be getting above this level right here, which is showing about 41,000. Really, 42,300 is my personal key level that I'm looking for. So in between, 40,700, or you could say 41K to 42.3K, this major pocket of support previously, also resistance multiple times, also comes back all the way to the beginning of 2021, that major resistance there. This is going to be a huge medium-term indicator, or really resistance. So if we end up popping above 42.3, that's going to be a signal that we're probably going to end up testing some more macro zones, which are going to be up here at 52 to 53,000. These areas right here. This is the macro high we need to be getting above. Because remember, even if Bitcoin does pop up above this zone, and let's say we end up pushing all the way up to 52 to 53, if we don't get above that, if we just reject and we just continue down, well, technically it's a bear market, right? That could still be a sustained decrease in price. So there's a lot of work to do for the bulls. Today is nice, but there's a lot of things that have to happen. We don't even have a medium-term breakout signal, which is, in my opinion, above 42,300 or so. Like TechDev said 42,500. Pretty similar zone. So 42.3, 42.5, that area right there, that's the medium-term bullish signal. And then the more macro-term bullish signal, if we get above 53, that area right there, that would mean that we probably have a continued bull market, right? Anywhere down here is actually just, up to, it could go either way, right? It could still be a bear market if we don't get above 53. So there's that. So we're gonna have to see how things develop. But of course, if we start pushing up above that, if we do end up ranging up and holding this zone and then punching up above 53, that's when we could actually see, a bull market again. But that's all just hopium at this point. That's all hopium until we actually start breaking out above at least the medium term zone here, 42.3K. So that's, for the most part, guys, things are getting pretty exciting now. We're getting a nice recovery. We're getting some signals that maybe we're getting a macro trend shift back to the upside. It shouldn't really be much of a surprise because we've seen a tremendous, absolutely savage downtrend. So expecting some upside here should not really be a surprise, in my opinion. A lot of people have been getting really used to the dumping, but at some point things do change, right? At some point it's got to change, and it seems to be changing today. So that's it for me today. Hope you enjoyed. Definitely smash the like button, subscribe to this channel if you're new, and I'll see you all in the next video.